Jiu-jitsu for Song has been a long time passion. I mean, 9 years with our team, and he started before then. The stuff that we've been working on throughout the years is really coming together, and I think he's got his own flavor to things now. So Jiu-jitsu is high level for him. This wrestling's high level, and he's always been a great striker. So that's what you have to do. And in order to be the best in the world, you have to. I think there's a lot of ways of victory for us. I just think we're going to be a step ahead.
So I just finished watching episode 2 for UFC Embedded, heading into UFC 324. And that little segment that I just showed you stood out to me. It's Song Yadong rolling on the ground, working on his grappling, wrestling, submission game, heading into his fight this weekend, co-main event against Sugar Sean O'Malley. He's rolling on the ground with his head coach, Uriah Faber, head coach of Team Alpha Male. And over the last couple months, we've been keeping a close eye on Song Yadong, the people who he's been training with, what he's doing leading up to this fight. And I noticed he was training with judo specialist Jason Moore, J-Flow, and was also going to other academies, training with Olympic silver medalist champions in judo. And I say to myself, this must be a big part of his game plan going in against Sugar Sean O'Malley. Why do I say that? Because, to be honest with you, I don't think he can strike with a guy like Sugar Sean O'Malley. We've seen a guy like Peter Yan with shorter arms, shorter reach. Yes, he has good boxing. Yes, he lost to Sugar Sean O'Malley, but you could have gave it to him. I thought Peter Yan won that fight. It is what it is. But somebody with shorter reach, shorter height than Sugar Sean O'Malley. The Henry Cejudo fight, I feel like you can't compare that fight leading into a fight against Sugar Sean O'Malley because, again, Henry Cejudo, absolutely short. Short, and short reach. So I look at the Peter Yan fight, and I look at the Corey Sandhagen fight, another fight where he lost. And I look at his opponents, what they had the advantage in, and it was the distance management. It was the boxing. Sugar Sean O'Malley has longer reach than Corey Sandhagen at 72 inches. Corey Sandhagen's reach is 70 inches. We know Sugar Sean O'Malley's really good at using his reach too. His footwork is phenomenal. Honestly, I would say it's probably better than Corey Sandhagen's. Now, that's for a different day, the argument for a different day. But both of those guys gave us the blueprint on how to beat Song Yadong. In that fight against Peter Yan, he was having to resort to wrestling. You guys remember in the first round. In the second round, going for takedowns, trying to control the back of Peter Yan because Peter Yan, with his short arms, was boxing his head off. Song Yadong has a tough time striking with somebody who's faster than him and better feet work. That's a fact. You know, this is the type of guy who needs to set his feet before he throws his punches. Isn't just jabbing at you, walking forward, throwing combinations. No, this is a guy who, when he gets hit with a flurry of combinations, you know, he puts those gloves up and he tucks his body. He goes, almost like not even being able to let him see. Some guys are, you know, going to the body, going to the head, laying off 4 or 6 punch combinations. Peter Yan was doing this well. His defense isn't the best. He has power, don't get me wrong. If Sugar Sean O'Malley comes blasting in and Song Yadong is able to counter him with a big hook or something, maybe he could rock him. But I think Sugar Sean O'Malley knows that. He needs to stay moving. Lateral movements against somebody like Song Yadong. Lateral and back steps will not allow Song Yadong to let his punches go. Now, I do think it'll be smart for him to mix in the wrestling because we've seen him take guys down like Peter Yan in that fight against Corey Sandhagen. Getting the back of Corey Sandhagen, right? Almost locking in a rear naked choke, even though he wasn't able to get it. I do think there's a reason why Song Yadong has been working on his wrestling and grappling for the last couple years now, that he realized that he needed to work on that part of his game. Now, going into this fight with Sugar Sean O'Malley, I don't think it's just that. I think it's also the striking. I think Sugar Sean O'Malley going into this fight has a big opportunity to box this guy's head off. I've seen Song Yadong get hit with leg kicks. I've seen him get hit with body shots. I've seen him tuck And this defense isn't good. He's not slipping. He's not backing up. He's trying to come forward, continue putting pressure. And instead of backing up as soon as somebody throws a jab or a 1-2, he just chucks his body, boom, and takes these shots. Don't forget the cut that he suffered against Corey Sanger. This is a guy who could be cut really easily. And when you think about the reach advantage that Sugar Sean O'Malley has, I just think, man, I think he's going to bloody Song Yadong up. And the first round may look pretty close. Song Yadong may get a takedown or two, but he ain't holding Sugar Sean O'Malley down. He's not holding him down. That's the one thing about Song Yadong is he takes you down, but for some sort of reason, guys are getting up. All right? Now, as far as that, that's interesting news that I seen on UFC Embedded too. Now, one more thing that I want to talk about heading into the main card at UFC 324. A lot of people, and I can see the favorite, we picked Derrick Lewis to beat Waldo Cortez Acosta. Now, I understand Waldo Cortez Acosta is going to fight for the 6th time in 1 year. It's been absolutely sensational. Knocking out Ante Delio after getting eye poked started the whole eye patch thing that was going on, especially coming off everything that was going down with Tom Aspinall and Ciryl Gane. Then, 2 weeks later on 3-day notice, knocking out Shamil Gaziev. He's absolutely exploded and has looked great doing it. It's 4-1 in his last 5 fights. But Derrick Lewis is one of those guys that has experience on him, has been in there with the best in the world, has lost, has won, has had ups and downs, has the highest knockout rate, the highest knockout record in UFC history in all divisions. And recently, he said that the UFC gave him peptides, right? They weren't peptides. It's a sponsor, somebody that the UFC sponsors. This is the name. I don't know how to say it. Was giving him and is giving him injectable drugs that help recovery. Now, if you've been paying attention to Derrick Lewis, he's been saying he's in the best shape of his life. Check this out.
Shit, I ain't gonna even lie to you. I'm in the best shape of my life right now. Mentally, physically, everything's going great right now. I'm perfect. The UFC provided me with some great peptides, and I've been taking it every day, and I've been feeling the difference.
That's that regenerate stuff. You do feel better, don't you?
Like, dude, I was so proud of Derrick today. Dude, he was a freaking video game yesterday.
Yeah.
He was a video game. He was responding. Like, so his mental clarity, I'm not just saying this, mental clarity was on. So I'd make a call or an adjustment. He would do it immediately.
When I saw that, and after thinking about Taliesin Cesaro versus Derrick Lewis, their last fight, a lot of people were underlooking and overlooking Derrick Lewis. You could say it how you want to say it. A lot of people thought Taliesin Cesaro was going to go in there and win there. Derrick Lewis was the underdog going into that fight. And what happened? He let the world know exactly who he is. And he ain't going to let these prospect fighters just come in here and embarrass him like this. Now, with hearing that he's in the best goddamn shape of his life, watching that video and seeing him running during the UFC Embedded shows, watching him, I've got supreme confidence in Derrick Lewis going in to Saturday's fight. Waldo Cortez Acosta, do not let Derrick Lewis put you up against the cage and throw combinations on you. Derrick Lewis, step into this guy. Every time Waldo Cortez is on the back foot and he's, using his lateral movements, using his angles, step into him as he jabs. Slip that jab, hook, and come in with hooks. Boom, boom. Waldo Cortez Acosta tends to lean back a lot. Does the lean back, during his fights. And even though he hasn't paid for it in his last couple fights, I do think somebody like Derrick Lewis, who can hit the sweet spot, can definitely put him out. I think Waldo Cortez Acosta has got a lot better in his boxing. Isn't throwing as many of those baseball right hands, the right hooks, but baseball right hooks, right? Not an actual right, but he's throwing them like it's like, ooh. So I've been noticing he's been doing a lot of boxing over the last couple months. We've been keeping an close eye on him as well. He's been looking fantastic in his boxing, but I'm never going to go against Derrick Lewis, especially in the Paramount Plus deal, main card, first card, new era. And also the fact that Dana White has already confirmed that Donald Trump's favorite fighter is Derrick Lewis. And if Derrick Lewis wins this fight against Waldo Cortez Acosta, he is guaranteed to be on the UFC White House card. Don't forget that. This is confirmed already. So he's not only fighting to win this fight, get his pay. We know how this guy is. He really wants a win. But if he wins this fight, it's guaranteed to be on the UFC White House card. Come on, dude. Out of all the times that he's going to work his hardest, work his ass off, and actually try to win a fight, it has to be this one because he's trying to get that pay. This is the MMA Boxing Addicts channel. Let me know what you guys think, man. We're a couple days away from UFC 324. I'm hyped up. Subscribe to the channel, and I'm